Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Arteta decides he's going to keep Reiss Nelson and give him chances this season. Arsenal have been busy bolstering Mikel Arteta's squad this summer as they have brought 5 new players to North London. But despite having already signed a forward player in Gabriel Jesus, the Athletic reports that Reiss Nelson will get chances to impress the Arsenal boss this season. Nelson has been dubbed as a special and spent last season on loan at Dutch outfit Feyenoord, but now it seems that Arteta is ready to give the youngster a chance. The Athletic reports that Arteta may give Nelson chances to impress him this season as the Arsenal boss attempts to compete on all fronts, but it's unlikely that the 22-year-old will start games before the Gunners begin their Europa League campaign. Arsenal have brought in Brazilian winger Marquinhos, but he has been occasionally used during preseason and is thought to be a rotation option for the Gunners boss, which means Nelson looks set to get some opportunities over the coming season as a backup option on either wing. The English youngster can play on either side and as an attacking midfielder, as he showed for Feyenoord last season. Nelson had a decent spell in Holland as he registered 4 goals and 7 assists in all competitions for the Dutch side. There were reports that Nelson could be sold this summer, but it seems for the time being that he will be staying at Arsenal. Arteta had 2 brilliant wingers in Bukayo Saka and Gabriel Martinelli, but after failing to land Rafinha this summer, they do lack depth in the positions. Reports suggest that Arsenal are trying to sell Nicolas Pepe this summer, and Marquinhos seems to be a signing for the future rather than for the current. If Arsenal fail to sign another winger after missing out on Rafinha, Nelson could become an important squad player for Arteta this season, especially in earlier stages of the Europa League. If he can impress in Europe, there may still be hope that the Gunners academy graduate could still have a future at the Emirates Stadium. Nuno Tavares flying out of England today, about to undergo medical elsewhere. Arsenal defender Nuno Tavares is all set to undergo his medical with French Ligue 1 club Marseille ahead of his next loan move. French outlet L'Equipe claimed that Tavares is due in France today, Friday, for his medical and will play for the Champions League club next term. There is no option to buy in the loan deal, which is something which meant that Tavares' proposed loan switch to Atalanta fell through. Tavares turned down Marseille earlier this month, but the move to France became an option again once the Atalanta move was off. The very good relationship between the two clubs have made it possible to accelerate negotiations in recent days. William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi have gone from Arsenal to Marseille on loan in recent seasons. The former is now back at Arsenal, although remains the subject of interest from Marseille, while Guendouzi made his loan permanent this summer. Saliba's loan last season also did not contain an option to buy, just like Tavares' deal. Tavares is an exceptional young talent, according to Arteta, and this loan move could be exactly what he needs. He can get exposure to Champions League football, but also play regularly, ironing out some of the rashness and inconsistency in his game. Arteta now has Alexander Zinchenko to cover Kieran Tierney, but longer term, Tavares can come back and challenge the Scot if he progresses, with the Ukrainian moving more into his preferred midfield role. Journalist drops transfer claim on Bernd Leno. Arsenal goalkeeper Bernd Leno is reportedly closing in on a move to Fulham after falling down the pecking order at the Emirates Stadium. The Gunners' stopper began last season as Mikel Arteta's first-choice goalkeeper. Indeed, the Arsenal boss described Leno as a magnificent just last year, but following a poor start for the season for Arsenal, Arteta opted to drop Leno and give Aaron Ramsdale a chance. The 2021 summer signing impressed from the off and quickly made the first-choice gloves his own. Leno had to make do with cup games as Ramsdale played most of his side's Premier League games. Now, Arsenal have signed Matt Turner, who's likely to deputise for the former Sheffield United ace. Meanwhile, Leno has slipped further down the pecking order and is now likely to leave this summer. Darmstadt claimed that Fulham have an agreement in principle with Arsenal over Leno. Deal worth £8 million, the Sky Sports journalist wrote on Twitter. Once finer details are finalized, Leno will have a medical and sort personal terms. According to Dean Jones, Fulham have been pushing to sign the £100,000 a week ace for a while now, and it has caused plenty of frustration according to the Transfer Insider. They have been trying to do this for weeks now, Fulham, Jones told Give Me Sport. I've spoken to some people close to the deal who said it has been very frustrating. Goalkeepers and centre-backs are two areas that they need to fix as a priority, and they have been looking to the Premier League for those solutions. Ian Wright says Arsenal star Gabriel Jesus reminded him of Dennis Bergkamp. In the latest episode of the Wright's House podcast, Arsenal legend Ian Wright delivered his verdict on the club's marquee signing this summer, Gabriel Jesus. The Gunners bought the Brazilian striker from Manchester City for £45 million at the start of this month. There was a lot of competition for his signature, but thanks to Mikel Arteta, Edu, and as discovered today, Gabriel Martinelli, they got the deal over the line. Jesus has been on fire in an Arsenal shirt since joining the club. He has scored 4 goals in as many games in the pre-season so far, including an excellent finish against Chelsea last weekend. The 25-year-old presence in Arsenal's squad appears to have improved everyone else at the club. Wright noticed that in Arsenal training recently, and he revealed that the same thing happened when Dennis Bergkamp joined the Gunners over the 2.5 decades ago. The legendary Englishman said about Jesus, "You know what, going into that dressing room, as soon as he goes in, you're looking up, you're on your hind legs a little, simply because we are talking about a serial winner in an unbelievable team. The way he was training, the sharpness in his finishing, you could see Emile Smith-Rowe, Edin Ketia, Reiss Nelson, even Gabriel Martinelli, the intensity in the level is somewhere else. It just reminded me of when Dennis Bergkamp came. You naturally go somewhere else simply because someone's come in and you go, I can't really get away with that kind of vibe anymore. I've got to go here." When a big player joins a club, there is usually a big lift. Jesus is not Lionel Messi, but the Brazilian is still a fantastic player. He has played at the highest level in the Premier League and has won every domestic trophy that has been up for grabs. Players in Arsenal's very young squad would have seen that, and they'd want to get to that level as well. That is arguably the reason why the Gunners have looked so good when he's on the pitch. Arsenal will kick off the new season at Selhurst Park against Crystal Palace in exactly a week's time, and Jesus is expected to lead the line. Arsenal have agreed personal terms with Youri Tielemans. CBS reporter Ben Jacobs has provided an update on the transfer saga involving Arsenal and Youri Tielemans. The Gunners have been linked with the Leicester midfielder for most of the summer. However, Arsenal are yet to submit a bid for him. Indeed, Leicester chairman claimed his club hadn't received any offer for Tielemans. "It's nothing. There haven't been any offers yet." The Mirror quotes him as saying, "There hasn't been anything concrete or a proposition yet." Tielemans has entered the last 12 months of his Fox's contract, and he has no intention of signing a contract extension this summer, according to Fabrizio Romano. Jacobs, writing on Give Me Sport, has claimed that the Gunners have in fact agreed personal terms with Tielemans. However, he had no updates with regarding to Arsenal approaching Leicester with a bid. Jacobs understands that Arsenal have yet to head to the negotiation table in order to agree a fee with Leicester. However, the journalist is aware that Tielemans wants to complete a switch to the Emirates Stadium. Indeed, the player, who Brendan Rodgers has deemed one of Europe's top midfielders, reportedly knows Arsenal have already met his personal demands. Jacobs told Give Me Sport, "As Leicester have said, and as I have said repeatedly, Arsenal have never made an offer for Youri Tielemans. What they have done is gone to the player and agreed personal terms. Broadly speaking, what they do know is that Tielemans would like to move to Arsenal." Charles Watts thinks Arsenal-linked Leroy Sane would be a fantastic signing. Charles Watts has given his thoughts on the speculation linking Arsenal with Bayern München Leroy Sane. The Goal.com correspondent believes the 26-year-old would be a fantastic signing for the Gunners. At the same time, Watts, speaking on his YouTube channel, doesn't think Sane is a likely signing for Arsenal. The Gunners have enjoyed a fruitful transfer window so far this summer. However, a new first-team ready winger continues to elude them. Arsenal tried to sign Rafinha, but he went to Barcelona instead. The Gunners were also linked with the likes of Raheem Sterling, Serge Gnabry, and Moussa Diaby. However, Sterling joined Chelsea, while Gnabry and Diaby are staying put this summer. Over the past few days, there has been some speculation linking Arsenal with Sané. CBS reporter Ben Jacobs told the Don Deal show earlier this month, "I've actually heard more rumblings from Arsenal that Sané was a name being considered at the beginning of the window, but then they turned their attentions to Rafinha." Then, Build via MD claimed the Gunners were interested in the 26-year-old, who reportedly has a £59 million price tag. Most recently, transfer insider Ryan Taylor told Give Me Sport that Sané is the kind of player they will be looking at. However, Taylor did stress that there was nothing concrete at the moment as far as he was aware, and Fabrizio Romano has told Give Me Sport that there are no negotiations with Sané regarding any suitors. Arsenal sent inquiries to West Ham for England international. Arsenal have sent inquiries to West Ham regarding England international Jarrod Bowen. Bowen recently enjoyed his best season in the Premier League for West Ham, contributing with 10 assists and 12 goals. His performances earned him first call up to the England squad, and if he manages to continue his form going into the new season, there is a good chance Bowen will cement his place in the World Cup squad in November. Naturally, some of the big clubs in the Premier League will be taking a look at the 25-year-old, and according to journalist Ben Jacobs, speaking on the Beautiful Game podcast, Arsenal have inquired about the availability of Bowen this summer. So, there is lots of excitement about Bowen moving potentially to a club like Arsenal, but it's all hypothetical at the moment because West Ham don't want to sell. But Arsenal have definitely made an inquiry around Bowen to see what the situation is, but that's what they have been told, said Jacobs. If West Ham want to continue battle in the top half of the Premier League and compete in the European competitions, keeping hold of the likes of Bowen and Declan Rice will be pivotal to that. However, if a Champions League club comes knocking, the aforementioned duo may be tempted and force a move away from West Ham. With Arsenal not competing in the Champions League next season, then they may find it difficult to praise Bowen away from their London rival. Real Madrid and Arsenal are considering a move for Chelsea star. Real Madrid and Arsenal are considering a move for Chelsea forward Timo Werner this summer. Since arriving in England, Werner has struggled to replicate the form he was producing during his time at RB Leipzig. The German international clearly doesn't suit Chelsea's style, so a move away from the club is probably best. Now, according to Defensa Central, both Arsenal and Real Madrid are considering a move for Werner this summer. The 26-year-old is likely to depart Chelsea in the current window, with Thomas Tuchel exploring other options. Werner's versatility could make him a useful prospect for both Arsenal and Real Madrid. The Chelsea forward has played out wide as well as through the middle of the attack, and he's proved during his time in Germany that he has the ability to score a shed load of goals. Unfortunately, Werner hasn't found that kind of form since joining Arsenal, but there is no doubt he still has the ability. A move to Arsenal may not be the smartest move, as the former Leipzig man may not be suited to the Premier League, but Mikel Arteta may know how to use him well, but it remains to be seen what will happen. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.